Hi everyone, welcome to Boldo. I'll show you how Boldo helps you map and govern your information system, from the meta model all the way to live dashboards. Let's get started. At the center of everything, you'll find what we call the meta model. The meta model builder is the backbone of the mapping. You can start from a template created by Boldo and then have full flexibility to define every asset. For example, applications, the properties that describe them, and the relation that link them with other assets, always really like the database of the assets of the organization. By clicking on the application inventory, you will find all the application of the organization with the properties and the relations. As an example, let's focus on the CRM sales. I'll click on this link to open what we call the 360-degree page of the CRM. On this page, you'll find on the left side all the metadata describing the application, its role, functional fit, technical fit, and contractual and contextual information. And then on the right, you have the knowledge graph showing what the CRM is linked to. For example, the different data flows that are enriched by the meta model, and then you can go infinitely on the propagation of the impact. Still on the 360-degree page, you have the related assets. A folder describing all the metadata of the assets connected to the CRM, for example, the flows coming in or going out of the CRM, or the business objects manipulated by the CRM. On the right, you'll see the Boldo users who have specific rights on this asset, and an activity log that tracks all the changes made to the CRM over time. Now I'll show you another kind of asset page. For each inventory object, we have a great feature. As you can see, there's a flow label, which is especially relevant for business processes and data flows. For business processes, we have another folder in the 360-degree page called the Flow Editor, where you can collaborate on process modeling in a very user-friendly way. You can see the different actors that modify a business object related to an application. It's really simple, and you have an exploration mode that lets you explore the different paths a process can take. Views let you build no-code queries to easily explore your database. The first setting lets you choose which properties to display, and you can do the same with the relationships. For example, let's say I want to see the incoming and outgoing flows of my applications. You can also apply filters or groups of filters, for example, showing only SaaS applications, and group the results by editor. Then you can save this view to the shared space under Application Portfolio, and you'll find it stored in your catalog. I can also easily convert this view into a diagram. By clicking here, I can select the assets I want to relate to my flows, for example, the source and destination applications, and generate an automated diagram in the shared space. In just one click, I've instantly created a collaborative diagram offering a high level of storytelling and flexibility. This is an example of a diagram where each of your assets is linked to the inventory. And with the camera concept, which lets you frame specific views, you can zoom in and out on the most important parts of your story. You can also create charts. Let's create a new one and call it Hosting Components by Location. By focusing on the pie chart, you can select your asset type and group it by location, and you have full flexibility on displaying the information and the colors that best suit your preferences. If you click on each part of the chart, you can zoom in and out on the different components. Dashboards let you embed all the widgets and views you've created and gather them on a single page. Here is an example of a dashboard for the Data Protection Officer. It includes a map of business objects, security charts showing which information carries client data, and an architecture diagram focusing on the applications that transfer this client data. It's really easy to use. Just click on the plus to add widgets and choose whether you want a text, a chart view, a nested map, a diagram, or even an asset page. The purpose of Boldo is also to open knowledge to the whole organization. You can define roles such as architect, business team, IT team, security team, and access domains like the architecture domain or the IT domain. At the intersection of roles and domains, you have very fine-grained control to define which assets or views each role can access. No access at all, view, edit, delete, or even modify the domain, which is the highest right in Boldo. For example, if I go to my CRM sales, you'll see that I don't have the right to modify the function property, and I don't have the right to read the criticality property at all. With import, you can easily choose an Excel spreadsheet, and Boldo will automatically map the columns of your Excel to the properties and relations of the meta model. We also have a well-documented API interface where you can build all your connectors. Thanks for watching. In 6 minutes, you've seen how Boldo helps you structure your entire information system, from modeling to live dashboards. If you want to go further, advanced writes, automation, AI use cases, we're one message away. See you on Boldo.